Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 now. Today, got some more summoning for you guys. That is right, this time around, we're going to be summoning for the new Lilias. Midnight Gala Lilias right here, who looks absolutely fantastic, and her animation is sick. Especially that little the little thrust there at the end is pretty nice. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I do have our free daily summon as well, and I am definitely going to be summoning some friendship bookmarks just to fill up my inventory. For those of you guys who don't know, you can use friendship bookmarks to fill up your inventory, and once it's full, anything you summon gets sent directly to your storage, so therefore you don't clog up your inventory. And all of those fodders that you summon, you can then sell for stigma. Right, so let's go ahead and start right here with our free summon. There is actually, by the way, a really good pack. Ooh, nice. It's a little spark there. See what we got with this 4-star. Let me show you guys the pack that I'm talking about, because if you are like a light spender, or you're just someone who wants to have good value in packs, obviously I haven't bought it. This right here, not these two, but this one right here. For $30, you get 10 free summons for 7 days, for a whole week. You get a 5-star summon ticket and a 5-star artifact ticket, plus you get a choice of one of these. Now the best ones are probably going to be the reversion or returning mana stones, right? Those are really hard to come by and only event exclusive, especially if you're free to play. But this is a pack that if you're interested in buying something, one of the best values that you'll probably ever see from E7, besides like the monthly packs. But yeah, I haven't bought it myself yet, and I probably will eventually in the next coming days, and you'll see a video about it in a week, maybe to see the daily summons and what we pull. I think that's just a fun little thing to do. But yeah, anyway, that out of the way, you're here for an actual summoning and not me trying to sell you a pack, even though I'm not affiliated with Smilegate in any way. So let's go ahead and jump into this Midnight Gala Lilias, and let's have at it. I actually have almost pity in terms of bookmarks. I've been refreshing a bunch of Sky Stones, so hopefully we'll get her artifact. I really hope we do, because it seems like it'll be good for a unit in the future maybe. I know some people build Lilias with effect resistance, and I may do that. Not sure what I'll put on her. I think Wind Rider might be the artifact to go with her on. Oh nice, we got Corinne. And yeah, I think what I'll do is try to do like a speed and torrent set. I know my friend was telling me you gotta reach at least 4k attack and 300 crit damage, or 300 something crit damage with torrent to be able to one-shot something like Arwell, which is not a terribly difficult thing to do, although you do want a little bit of speed on her. I don't know if I'm going to go to the resist build. I was thinking I might go to the resist build, but if her stats are difficult to come by, I might just skimp on the resist and bring cleansers and support units, right? So let's have a look here, skipping all the 3 stars, and artifact. No, it's going to be a 4-star here. Moonlight Dreamblade, very nice. Okay, I guess we keep going in on the 10 summons here. Nope, never mind. We got absolutely nothing, unless we got a fake out, which we don't. This reminds me of my Mystic summons, which actually haven't been released yet. We're still working on it, because my summons look like this. Trying to get ML Shoe, but yeah, I get absolutely nothing. Ooh, okay. Early 5-star, I do like it. Please be the artifact first. If it's not, I'll be a little bit disappointed. But it's going to be kind of nice, because the Nalon Monk is going to get released, and really excited for her because her design looks absolutely amazing. Alright, is it? Oh, artifact! Please? Lilias? Yes! Okay, Hostess of the Banquet. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I love that they made the artifact art just straight up the art submission, right? This was the submission for the fan art contest right there. Yeah, looks really nice. Can we skip the rest of these here? Let's see. Oh, we got more! Nice! Double Hostess of the Banquet! And how many summons are we into this? Oh, don't tell me. Don't! No way! That is the luckiest summon session I think I've ever had. I don't think I've ever pulled a multi like this before. Ever. So, holy, this is probably why I got shafted on my Mystic summons. I'm like 120 pulls in on Mystics and I've got nothing but, like, Ken. Little mini spoiler alert there. But nice. We got Lilias. Oh man, absolutely beautiful. Look at that. I don't think you can beat that in terms of summon. She was the very last summon too, so I essentially didn't waste any bookmarks or anything like that. Wow, 30 pulls in. That's not 30 pulls in. Whoa, wait a minute. That's many pulls in. Maybe 40. 40 pulls, right? 200, yeah, 200. That was 40 pulls. 40 pulls in. Alright, well, you guys know what time it is. It's time for some showcases. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into our first little arena showcase here. Here are my Lilias' stats. I actually used my 5-star selector ticket on a Fire Lilias so that I can go ahead and imprint her for the plus 6%, because every little bit of damage actually does matter on her in terms of trying to kill the highest HP tanks on your opponent's side. So I have a Speed and Torrent build. I'll just quickly show you the gear that's on her. She's 265 speed, hits pretty hard actually, 310 crit damage with 4200 attack. She is on Wind Rider for some additional attack and the ability to stealth, which can help protect her. My build doesn't run resistance. I know some people are going down that route. I might even modify this out for defense percent here, mostly because the fact that if she stealths with Wind Rider and you have a barrier on her, it is really easy for her to survive and stay in stealth with higher defense. Now obviously, the resist builds, if you can achieve like damage that is noteworthy and you have resistance, go for it, but I like to play with support units. So as you can see, we have a bunch of support units here and they'll be helping her out, right? So we have Yoha for some damage mitigation. It is going to be pretty nice because of her revenge S3 as well. If this Landy gets her low enough, she'll be able to S3 somebody. We got Calric here because I needed a dark unit that's a bait. And he's also pretty good support for the team in terms of cleansing the Aeola, so that's why we have him here. And then we have Lilias. A lot of these units actually have some attack imprints for the team, which is quite nice. We'll test her without the imprints later as well. But Lilias here for the Vigor buff, just because this is my first match using her. I'm a little scared as to whether or not I'll be able to kill the Arwal. If they have something like Adamant Shield, and their Arwal is pretty tanky, Lilias might not actually kill. So we'll see what we can do here, especially against this Karina too, right? Since we ignore defense, it'll be quite interesting to see how much output we actually have. Alright, so jumping into this, we're going to go ahead and try to provoke the... I could try to just provoke this Landy, but I don't think that really matters because she's just going to S1 anyway. Maybe I provoke the Karina. Yeah, I provoked the Karina, I think. There we go. Never mind. No provoke here at all. So you're going to see that Lilias actually has a buff here called Damage Limit. So any attack that she gets cannot exceed 35% of her max health, which is nice. If you have an Aureus user, it essentially takes 3 to 4 hits to kill her, which is beautiful. At the start of the battle and at the end of the turn, she grants that to herself for 1 turn. Now, after she attacks in her turn, when a target's health is 50% or less, she actually pushes up the team combat readiness by 15% and increases everyone's attack, which is quite nice. Now, her S3, she increases her attack before she hits, kind of like how Landy's S3 works, and she increases her own combat readiness by 35%. It can actually give it 50% if you add in the 15 from here, so she can turn cycle quite well. And when the target's max health is greater than hers, you penetrate defense, right? If you're hitting something like Arwal, you're going to get 100% defense penetration, and she always crits, which is nice. Same thing with her S1, it will always crit, and she recovers health. You can actually soul burn to recover even more. So let's go ahead and attack this Arwal. Let's see what we can do with an attack buff, vigor buff, attack imprinted Lilias. Oh, and it's not going to be enough to kill. So there you go, guys. Yeah, still not enough to kill. Unfortunate, but hey, that is the nature of the game, right? I think this is on Adamant Shield. Let me go ahead and S2 here. I might want to strip this Karina. I don't think I can, but I think it's worth just going for it. Okay, nice, we did! We do want the strip on this Karina because you don't want her to have the defense buff. That way we'll actually survive this hit. There you go, not that much damage coming out. And we're gonna get debuffed, but Hand Guy's gonna go ahead and hop up here really soon. So we should be able to do that. Let's go ahead and provoke the Landy. Very nice. Okay, so yeah, Arwell's gonna hit the Hand Guy. That's okay, he's gonna cleanse off the silence and the stun on himself because he's a fair unit. And there we go. Lilias gets to take a turn here. Let's see if we can. Nice, we actually finish off the Arwell. Very nice, and look at this. She's gonna stealth, and Wind Rider's gonna be in effect now, right? So we do have to watch out for the Karina. Because, I mean, not in this case, not in Arena, but if you're an RTA, you need to watch out for units like Karina, because they can just S1 your Lilias, and the splash damage from something like Rocket Punch Gauntlet can definitely add up, because that is not going to be affected by Lilias's damage limit. Now, the thing to notice about damage limit is that it can be stripped, so your opponent could just use an unbuffable unit, like Aola for example, and screw over your Lilias really, really hard, right? Also, units like Landy here, even though you always crit, which is why I wanted to fight this team as well, you always crit against Landy. The issue is that Landy's salvo and things like that will hit you out of stealth if you are on Wind Rider. So you might not be using Wind Rider, you might use your own artifact if you have a resist build, but it's just something to note. I am going to try to provoke her again. Very nice. The provokes are going to matter because if she counters a little too much, then we have the ability to prevent her from S3ing, right? So you see here, more counters coming out. The attack down is helping us out quite a bit. You see the damage limit actually working with the barriers as well. So if you have a unit like Hand Guy, works really well with her. So let's go for the S3 here. I'm going to go for, so this is no vigor buff, right? Just an attack buff here. Let's go for the Karina. Now, I'm impressed that I was actually managed to do, like, I think 27k damage. I think Arwell had a barrier, and she was probably on Adamant Shield, so it is important to note. Now, Lilias here, I don't think she has 100% penetration against Karina, because her max health is not as high as most tanks, because she's a defense scaler. So you do get to do quite a bit of damage, though, right? It's not negligible damage. Look at that, almost 8k on an S1. Okay, so pretty good. We're also just dual attacking like with every hit, so that is nice. Let's just go ahead and finish off the Landy here. Yep, I think this is a pretty decent showing. Now, obviously against an Arwell, you're gonna have a pretty hard time. She's the best tank in the entire game. If you're trying to one-shot her, just use Straze. I think he's more consistent in terms of that. But yeah, we'll hop into another match. Alright, let's go ahead and do a second test here. Now, with this team, I purposely went out of my way to make sure that she does not get a vigor buff and does not have attack imprints. As you can see, the Ahmed, Bryceria, and Straze, they're all on self imprints here, or none at all. So the Ahmed is built with about 280 speed. She's pretty slow. My units are not built that fast. But yeah, she's going to be there as a little buffer for the team, giving the skill nulls as well, which is going to be very useful. Briar Witch is here to help against the maid Chloe, actually, to just ensure that Aiden doesn't screw us over. I will actually put the symbol of unity on her, so let's see how that goes. So we'll do that. And Straze over here, actually going to be very nice as well. With Benimaru's Tachi, he'll be able to grant himself an attack buff, so I don't need to give him the attack buff. I might push up the Briar Witch, but we'll see. Maybe I'll give Lilias the crit damage buff, and we'll see how much damage she does there. Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump into this and see what we can do. Hopefully the Aiden won't cause too much of an issue. Okay, there we go. We are faster. Some speed Aidens out there are a little wonky, but let's go ahead and give this a shot. S2 right here, giving everyone a skill null. Let's go ahead and push up the Lilias. I will try to give her a crit damage buff. We'll see if we get it, because it's RNG. Nope, we don't get it. So you're just going to see a pure attack buff Lilias, no other sources of buffs here. And let's go into the Arwell, see what we can do. I know, we have a Straze here for the Arwell, but I want to check the damage. Oh, almost! Look at that, right? Almost got it. So now, do I actually want to S3? Because that would just, it'd kill the Arwell regardless, right? I think we go for an S2. Let's go for this. Okay, there's going to be a counterattack from the Aiden, but that's okay. Because my Briarwood should be going first. Maybe I misplayed there. Maybe I should have S3'd. I thought this through ahead of time, and then when it came into practice, I'm screwing everything up. So there you go. That's fantastic. Alright. That's good, actually, that the that he countered here, because now everyone's going to be focusing the Bryceria, and she can get Immortality. We can probably just finish off the Aiden right here. So let's just go and do that. There we go. Even on a miss, almost 6k damage, not bad. And yeah, Briarwood Bryceria gonna be still standing. May Chloe can't revive anybody. She's gonna cleanse, but that's not too big of a deal, especially because Straze can then just S3 into the Aravi. I should probably have tested the Lilias's damage into Aravi. Let's go for the S1. Okay, that's not terrible. Do I want to go for an S3 here? Yeah, let's do it. Let's just rip it. And we'll see if we can kill this Aravi. Should be able to. Yeah, there you go. Straze is still more reliable, kind of one-shotter for these tanks, I feel. But Lilias might fare pretty decently against other bulkier bruisers. We'll try to find another bulky bruiser here. Let's see how much damage we do onto the Maid Chloe. Give herself an attack buff here. She actually has ridiculous turn cycling, right? Look at how fast she got her S3 up. And there you go. 10k damage, probably not the best thing here, right? But still a pretty decent chunk of damage. Alright, well, that's the second little attempt there done. We almost killed the Arwell this time as well. I think this one had a little bit less HP than the first one. But now let's find another arena match and see what we can discover. Alright, so here we go. We're jumping into another match over here, and I want to actually test out my Zahhak. So this is my Zahhak's build. Kind of tweaked him up a little bit because, oh, actually he's not on his artifact. Stole it from him earlier. So yeah, this is his build right now. I made him a bit faster, so he might actually be a bit better now in RTA. But wanted to test him out over here, see what he can do in this match. Now, injury is very counterintuitive to Lilias because she wants to be good in terms of her HP scaling. But his damage should be pretty decent into some of these units, especially if he soul burns S1 into a buffed unit like Lionheart. But let's give this a go. I want to see what we can do here. Kind of testing Zahhak as well as Lilias together. Now, neither of my units here really need the attack buff, but what I will be doing is trying to push Straze up. Actually, my Zahhak is faster. Ooh, my Zahhak is faster than the Sea Lilias. I'm going to push the Ahmed here, actually. Push her up ahead of everyone. And we'll go for an S3, and I think I'll go in with an S3 into the Lilias. I feel like she is the unit that I don't really care about ultra much. In terms of testing my Lilias's damage on. So we'll try to get our Lilias's damage in onto this Arwell first. Right, she lost her barrier here, which is not terrible. And let's push up. Ooh, actually, no, hang on. I don't want to do that. Nope, this is the reason why I brought Straze. I keep getting excited about the Lilias and trying to test her damage. But yeah. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Oh, shoot, I messed up, didn't I? Yeah, I messed up a little bit there. Zahhak, I think, has a higher attack here, so uh-oh. Messed up a little bit, that's okay. Let's go for... He got the crit damage buff. I wanted Straze too. But that's okay. Straze also did get pushed up high enough for the Lilias, so let us go for an S3 into this Arwell. See what we can do. Come on now, can this one finally kill? Oh, nice. 29k damage, there you go. So that was an Arwell that was not on Adamant Shield. Whenever there is one on Adamant Shield, they tend to live because it mitigates a ton of damage. But yeah, my Lilia should be doing around 29k damage on anyone that does not have Adamant. And if you're focusing the tank, the Aureus doesn't actually kick in, so you don't have to factor that in. Adamant Shield is the most important artifact that comes to mind. So you can actually I can probably just one-shot things like Last Rider Krauls with this build. But yeah, what I've learned from this is that it's not really too great for things like Arwell, right? Because they can be kind of unpredictable. Yeah, and Yoha as well. Yoha you would struggle against a little bit, because most Yohas are like 30 to 33k health, and a lot of Yohas nowadays are actually running protection set, so it helps them out even more. Alright, let's go ahead and try to finish off this Lionheart Cernia. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so I think we'll try to find like a last word of crowd defense. I don't know if that's actually possible, because most people don't run them on defense, but we'll take a look. Okay, so for our final little showcase here, let's go into a kind of what you find on Guild Wars defenses, right? Senya, Shu, and ML Landy. We're definitely going to be taking Lilias into Guild Wars, and we'll see how we can dismantle some teams with her. But this is my Arunka here. I do need to get a better boot for her. I know I want an attack boot, because she's too fast. But that's her stats right there. I think you guys have seen the hand guy already. And there is the Crow. He's on a revenge set with 28k health and a bit of resistance. So let's jump into it, see what we can do. Crow is here to kind of get the aggression off of Lilias from the Senya. And Shu will naturally not be attacking Lilias, which is quite nice. We could try to go into Landy and see how much damage we can do here, or we can go into the Shu, because she has this anti-crit, and she should be the highest HP unit on the opponent's side, so let's go into her, and see if we can actually just delete her from the game. There's no mitigation on the other side. Oh yeah, there you go! Alright, now Lilias does actually proc the Luluka, which kind of sucks here, but that's fine. I'm not going to go for an S2 or an S3, because it's going to get stripped by the Luluka, so let's go for, or sorry, it's going to get cleansed, right, the attack down. That is actually unfortunate that my Arunka is faster. Actually, this is okay. If we get a follow-up attack... Oh, Arunka! Man, I was gonna test out the Lilias damage onto her, but hey, there you go. Arunka deleting the Landy there, and now it's basically 2 Earth units, which is perfectly fine by me, because it means that they'll be attacking Crow, and Lilias will be safe. Handgun will be able to cleanse on the next turn. But yeah, the anti-grit from the Senya, I think Lilias could be pretty decent into her, especially because of the HP, right? My Lilias is actually on no HP on her gear. The only HP that she's getting that's in addition to her base stats is from her artifact. So let's go ahead and cleanse everything, put that immunity buff up. And there you go. So now we're pretty much safe. We could actually go for an S3 onto this Arunka, but... yeah, you know what, let's just do it. Let's do it anyway. Little Arunka showcase here. Why not? Because it presents us an opportunity. And there you go. A lot of heavy hitters now in the game. I do like to see it. Even as a standard player, it is sometimes just really nice to have options against other super tanky teams. Wow, Lilias does a lot of damage there. Alright, I could horse, but I want to go ahead and try Lilias' S3 and see how much damage we can get on this Luluka. Oh, unless Arunka finishes things off here, which I don't want. Don't do it. Don't you do it, Arunka. Okay, there we go. Very nice. Let's see how much our S3 does here. Because I think we did about 10k to the maid before. Oh, there we go. 7k damage. So, again, not a lot of damage if you're going up against something that's not very tanky, right? So, some Lulukas are built with effectiveness and resistance. They have like 14, 15k HP. Not a great way of dealing damage to them. But yeah, definitely use Lilias into things like LRK, I think. Obviously, we're going to have to test that in RTA. So if you want to see some RTA with Lilias, make sure you are subscribed for more Epic 7 content. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.